What is up, my butter biscuits? Y'all, I am so sorry that I've been gone for so long. I got my IPL like maybe, oh my gosh, like a week and a half ago. I actually did film the process on it. I didn't wear makeup for like 4 days because I was like being overly cautious. But I am going to be tracking that process. So that's why I was part of the reason why I was gone. And on top of that too, because I've been like working on Instagram reels and TikToks and YouTube shorts. Like I'm trying to create more short content, which is so hard for me because you guys know that I ramble so much. Like I literally can't just shut my mouth. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to get a video down to 1 minute. But I'm really trying, so I do apologize for that. But make sure you guys follow me on TikTok and Instagram because I am doing reels over there as well too. I'm trying to be active on like all social media platforms, but it is difficult, y'all. I'm like, oh my gosh, like Instagram, Facebook reels, YouTube shorts, TikTok. I'm just like all over the place. So it's kind of like a transitional period for me. So I do apologize if I'm kind of like leaving YouTube a little bit abandoned these days, but I'm like trying to work out the kinks. You get what I'm saying? Anyways, y'all, within today's video, it is my month's anti-haul for March. You guys know I do this every single month, but in case you guys are new here, this is literally just makeup talk. It's not meant to be negative or hurtful in any type of way. If you like a product and I don't like the product that you like, it's really not the end of the world. You know what I'm saying? I feel like people take these videos just like way too seriously, but it's literally just makeup talk. Picture yourself like shopping with a friend. You're like, hey girl, what do you think about this palette? And I'm just like, oh, I don't really like it. It's too expensive. It's too this, it's too that. You know what I'm saying? That's literally just it. I give that same spiel every single month because still till this day, people get crazy over a difference of opinion. I literally cannot deal with it, y'all. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like it's a makeup product. Like something may work for you and it may not work for me, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so if you guys are interested in that video, go ahead and keep on watching, or this video, go ahead and keep on watching. Make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. Let's go ahead and get into it. Y'all, what do we think about this dark backdrop? I don't know how I feel about it. It's been so long since I've used it. I really just like the light one. However, literally while I was about to film my intro, it just completely broke. So I have to buy a new one, but these things cost $150. They're so expensive and I'm kind of broke right now. So I'm like, we're probably going to be rolling with this dark one for a while because I don't know, I'll buy another one. Anyways, y'all, I'm completely thrown off by it. That's why I'm like looking in the viewfinder and I'm so used to my light tan one. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, y'all, the first product that we're going to be talking about within today's video is Makeup Revolution. Makeup Revolution is literally like my new ColourPop. Y'all know every single month I have a ColourPop product inside my anti-hauls, and I'm not really understanding what's going on with Makeup Revolution, y'all. They come out with so many collections, but on top of that too, their collections are just so massive with so many products, and to me, it's just overwhelming. Like I look at it and I'm just like, no. On top of that too, like I don't know, maybe because I'm in my 30s, I don't really care to have like a Dr. Seuss makeup collection. It's just not my vibe. It's not really something that I go for, you know what I'm saying? I will say though, the shimmers inside the palettes actually do look really pretty, but the palette as a whole, I'm just not into it. And on top of that too, I know we've talked about this before on my channel, I just get so overwhelmed with multiple products. Like I feel like a launch should maybe have like 6 products max, you know what I'm saying? This has a ton of products. I've said it before with their Simpson collection, like why do they feel the need to come out with so many different palettes in a collection? I just don't get it. I do want to talk about these brushes right here though, because I did actually think this was really cute, the Thing 1 and Thing 2 brushes, because obviously it does look like the characters, and I think that's really cute. However, you know how these brushes are. Like, let's keep it real. You can just look at them and know that they're gonna feel like plastic. They're gonna be horrible brushes. Like, come on, you just already know. But I will say I give it to them on the packaging because it does look really, really cute, and they do look like the characters, but I'm just not into it and I would not buy this. Next up on the list is Boring Old Tarte. Honestly, y'all, I'm just kind of tripped out how Tarte is even still around. I just feel like they don't have any exciting launches. Nothing about the brand is like innovative and exciting. You know what I mean? I honestly can't even remember the last time Tarte was like talked about. You know what I'm saying? I feel like obviously, yes, there's a bunch of people out there who have their like staple products from the brand, Shape Tape being one of them. I feel like Shape Tape is probably the only reason why they're even still in business, because everything that they come out with is just so lackluster and boring. Like, look at this blush palette right here, y'all. I just look at it and I'm like, okay, like, yeah, don't get me wrong, those colors are pretty, but it's like everything that they do, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like Too Faced with their eyeshadow palettes. That's how Tarte is with their blush and blush palettes. It's just been done before. It's so boring and it's so repetitive, and I just don't understand like how they even keep on coming up with these same type of launches. It's just, I don't know, it's so lackluster to me, and I don't know, it's just really, it's not it for me. It's really not. And on top of that too, I wonder like how many people still use Shape Tape like on the regular, because honestly, y'all, like that used to be my number one jam, but I haven't used it in so long. Recently, I've been obsessed with the KVD Good Apple Concealer. I told you guys that I would update you like and let you guys know after a couple weeks of wearing it, and I have to tell you guys, I absolutely love that concealer. Like it is becoming my like number one favorite concealer. That's why I'm like Shape Tape to me, I just feel like it got a little like too much. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like it's too much coverage. It's too dry. It's too just like bam, like it literally just sticks on, and I'm just not about that anymore. The Good Apple though is really my jam. But yeah, as far as this blush palette right here, y'all, I'm just like it's putting me to sleep. It's kind of boring. And speaking of boring, I'm gonna be doing a full video about this, y'all. This is the second round, chapter 2 of REM Beauty by Ariana Grande. I literally got so much hate mail. You guys know I told you guys about this before. I was like literally looking at my DMs and my emails of people cussing me out and calling me every name under the sun just because I was like, oh my gosh, her initial launch was just so boring to me. Like I looked at the palettes, and just like these palettes, they look like CoverGirl palettes. They are so boring, so dull. Everything is just blah. Like I'm sorry, but this is Ariana Grande's brand. She's literally like the biggest pop star in the world, and this is what she's coming out with. Like I already know I'm gonna get hate for it. It's all good. I'm gonna do a full my thoughts and opinions video about this because I'm just so like, what's going on. But at the end of the day, I'll receive all the hate because my opinion is my opinion, and I'm standing by it that REM Beauty is just so boring. Like they should just call it boring beauty. Like let's keep it real, because look at all of these. Like I said, I'll do a full my thoughts and opinions about this in a couple days to like let you guys know what I think about all the products, you know what I'm saying? But just overall, it's just a no. Next up on the list right here, we have new Charlotte Tilbury highlighters, y'all. These right here, you guys know how I feel. Look, I just don't really care for like an over the top highlighter, you know what I'm saying? So this, even if it's not over the top, I just still don't care to pay the price of Charlotte Tilbury for a highlighter. I will say though, I'm wearing her Beautiful Skin foundation right now. It's still my number one favorite foundation right now. I absolutely love it so much. But speaking of like highlights, like y'all, this Lunar Beauty highlight palette right here, let me tell you, well, highlight contour palette, right here, these highlights, if you guys have this palette, that's my type of highlight. A very, very like glow from within type of highlight. And honestly, y'all, like this palette, I want to say, what was it, like $42? I really don't remember. They sent it to me, so I don't remember the price. But I will say, let's keep it real. We know Charlotte Tilbury, her highlights are going to be super expensive because that's a luxury brand. And I'm just like, I would not pay the price for that. You know what I'm saying? On top of that too, I just feel like, I don't know, it just looks ball. It just looks boring is what I meant to say. Ball. Oh my gosh, I was scrolling through the pictures and saw something else. That's why I said that. I'll just play. Anyways, yeah, this is a no-go to me. But if you guys have not tried the Beautiful Skin foundation, highly recommend it. I absolutely love it. This one right here, y'all, oh my gosh. I think it was last month or maybe the month before, I was already talking about the Bridgerton collection by Pat McGrath. And here we go again, y'all. As I mentioned before, she kind of like puts the same shades into other palettes, and it's just like all of these colors right here. If you have any Pat McGrath palette, you have these colors. And on top of that too, like, am I tripping? But looking at this palette right here, does it not look so similar to the first one that she came out with? Like, take out the blue of that first one and tell me you don't have this palette right here. Like, I'm just looking at this and I'm like, come on, Pat. Like, girl, you make amazing palettes, great makeup. You know what I'm saying? Like, can we get something a little bit more oomph? You know what I'm saying? This to me is just blah. Like, I'm just not into it. I guess maybe if you're a huge fan of Pat McGrath and Bridgerton, maybe you'd want to grab this. But I look at this and I'm just like, no, I have three, maybe four Pat McGrath eyeshadow palettes, and I'm like, I have every single one of these colors. So it's like nothing new and exciting. You get me? I look at this and I'm just like, it's repetitive, and I don't know. I feel like Pat McGrath isn't really doing it for me these days. Like, don't get me wrong, y'all know how I feel about Pat McGrath eyeshadows. The quality is just, oh, so amazing. The best shimmers on the planet. But as far as like, you know, new collections, like nothing exciting is like coming out. I don't know. This is just blah to me. And speaking of blah, here we have Dior new lipsticks. These to me are just, it's just a no. Like, you guys already know how I feel. I'm just like, I don't know. I look at Dior, and honestly, I know a lot of people wear like Dior makeup just obviously to say like, oh, I wear Dior. But like, I don't know. Do you guys look at these and get excited by this? And be like, oh my gosh, I need to pick these up. Like, is there any Dior products that I should be purchasing? Because every single time I see a Dior product, I'm like, it's a no. Like, honestly, it looks like a more like upscale version of Avon makeup to me, and I'm just not into it. I don't know. Everything that they come out with to me just looks dull. And I look at these lipsticks and the packaging too, and I'm just like, it's not for me. Next up on the list, we have Gwen Stefani's new makeup brand. This to me is so boring. But honestly, I will say this though, she is staying very true to Gwen. And what I mean by that is that she literally always wears neutral eyeshadows with a red lip. Like, she has been having the same exact look for the past 30 years. To be honest with you, I can't even remember one time that she's changed her look. I just feel like I always see her with like a like super dramatic wing, like neutral shadows and a red lip, and that's like pretty much it. Don't get me wrong, it is beautiful, but it's like the same old repetitive look, you know, especially for so many years. Honestly, y'all, I didn't do my research about this brand whatsoever. I don't know how it's pronounced. I don't know if it's just GXVE. I really don't know, because everything in this like launch looks just so absolutely boring to me. And on top of that too, low key, I have to be honest with you guys, I'm not trying to be a gatekeeper here, because I know everyone calls everyone that, but I'm just a little bit tired of celebrities coming out with makeup brands. Like, I really am over it. I feel like ever since Kylie Jenner became a billionaire, everyone's like, oh my gosh, I could like come out with a brand too, and I'm gonna be a billionaire also. It's like, no, there's just way too many brands out there now, and it's a little bit too late. Like, Kylie obviously was one of the first celebrities to come out with a brand, and it was super successful. So obviously it's a little bit too late now. And on top of that too, I feel like if a celebrity is going to be coming out with a brand, like, can you do like a little bit more? You know what I'm saying? Like, looking at this, I'm just like, it's just blah. The packaging is blah. The colors are blah. Everything is just blah. I'm sorry. I know I'm gonna get canceled for that too, because I'm sure everybody loves Gwen also, but like, I don't know. I feel about her brand is how I feel about Ariana Grande's. It's just so boring. And the last product on the list right here, y'all, the Born This Way Sunset Stripped Palette. Here we go again with another Too Faced neutral palette. Do not get me wrong, the shimmers do look beautiful. Like, I look at those shimmers and I'm like, okay, like, I definitely would probably get those, you know what I'm saying? If maybe they were in like a different color story, or maybe if they were just on their own, they do look very beautiful. But overall, how many neutral palettes has Too Faced come out with? Like, this is just the same old color story that they always come out with. I swear to you, I just think that they change like the design of their palettes and literally use the same exact colors, and maybe like change it sometimes from like rectangle or like oval. You know what I'm saying? It's literally just always the same thing with Too Faced. Like, I don't know. I look at this and I'm just so blah, you know, only because it looks just like everything else that Too Faced has done. You know what I'm saying? I will say though, if I didn't already have all of these colors, this is probably one of the palettes that maybe I would get if I was going to try out Too Faced. But I do obviously have every single one of these colors, so there's nothing too iconic or revolutionary about this. The shimmers do look beautiful, and I'll give it that, but other than that, it just looks so boring. So anyways, y'all, that wraps up my March anti-haul. Make sure you guys let me know what you plan on not purchasing. Make sure you guys put the reason why. You guys know that I literally always know the reason why, because y'all be having some funny reasons as to why you won't buy a product. Like, 9 times out of 10 is probably because you guys don't like the person who owns the brand, you know what I'm saying? But make sure you guys let me know. Make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions on everything, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, Girl Scout.